Thank you. And I call Alex Rowley to be followed by Donald Cameron. Alex Rowley.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. This debate has been interesting, but in many ways disappointing, but reflects perhaps where we are in Scotland, because anybody that's been living in Scotland these last 5 years could not deny that the question of the Constitution overarches all areas policy within Scotland, and we do need to find a way forward, and we do need to be asking questions about the best way forward. And what I would say is Labour is clear that we are taking the government at face value. We are engaging in this process. We will engage in the discussions on the way forward. But this Citizens' Assembly is the first national assembly to have been created across the United Kingdom. The first one to be properly resourced and organised in such a way to be effective. And I believe the eyes internationally, people will be looking at this assembly. So the idea, as Graham Simpson put it, that it's a bit of a stunt for independence, well, if that turns out to be the case, then I believe that will be exposed. But I do believe that the principle that's set out here is right. And yes, we, in future, if we get this right, can use such a mechanism to look at some of the difficult issues, not just drugs death in Scotland, but drugs policy, which seems to me to be far outdated, failing and continuing to fail. So there are other issues, but I do think we need to look at the way we move forward and be positive. The concerns by Willie Rennie and Professor Tompkins around independence, I would have to say to you that the greatest threat to the future of the United Kingdom does not lie in the Scottish Citizens' Assembly. The greatest threat right now to the future of the United Kingdom lies with the Conservative and Brexit Party and Boris Johnson. That's a fact. Even his brother, Joe Johnson, resigned for his government, saying that he had to choose between family loyalty and what's best and what's right for the country. So, you know, the idea that a Citizens' Assembly can threat over that threat. So if you really are interested in the future of the United Kingdom, then you really need to start to stand up to Boris Johnson and tell him that he's not on, that he's damaging the United Kingdom. Yet,
Mike Rumbles.
Sorry, I was... Yeah.
Mike Rumbles.
The member seems to have bought the SNP government's motivation for this. But he doesn't seem to accept that it even could be possibly independence. I'm just thinking, you know, if he's bought that, I've got a bridge to sell him.
Alex Rowley.
The point that Stuart Stevenson made, I think, was a good point, where he talked about having taken the risk and the confidence that he had in his arguments. I'm very confident in the arguments, if you want to argue about the future of Scotland. I'm very confident that the economic case for independence just does not stack up in any shape or form. I'm confident that we can take forward the arguments and win those arguments, just as Stuart's confident in the arguments that he has. But I would say this to you, don't confuse that with arguing for the status quo, because right now Scotland, every region and nation of the United Kingdom is being let down by Westminster, by the Tory and Brexit Party, who have become obsessed with Brexit. I'm confident in my arguments. If you were confident in yours, perhaps you would come to this Assembly and work with the other parties to find the best way forward for Scotland. Reform, remain in reform in Europe, remain in reform in the United Kingdom has to be the way forward. Yeah.
Stuart Stevenson.
Does the member remember that in 2011 the Liberal Democrats caused us to have a referendum on proportional elections? Only 10 out of 440 areas voted in favour. But Vince Cable, in July this year, says we should have a Citizens' Assembly. The issue is not closed by that referendum. Why should any other be closed?
Alex Rowley.
Well, I also remember that in 2010, Willie Rennie's Liberal Democrats did a deal with the Tories, and as a result of that, what did we get? welfare reform that has created widespread poverty across Scotland and the United Kingdom. If you want to ask why people went out and voted for Brexit, look at the levels of poverty that was created by a Liberal Tory government in Westminster. The bedroom tax, a tax on never seen before. So I really think that Willie might be trying to appeal to a certain group of people in Scotland, but the reality is your party and the Tories have created the situation that we find ourselves in and the levels of poverty that are unacceptable. A number of people have mentioned about the co-conveners. I don't know Kate Wimpress, but she certainly has an impressive CV, and David Martin I know very well. I know David Martin's offered to meet with all parties to have a discussion around these issues, at least in the spirit of trying to find the best way forward for Scotland. I would urge you to meet with the co-conveners and share your concerns with them and hear what they have to say. Thank you, Presiding Officer.
Thank you very much, Mr Rowley.